Hello, welcome to the Expert 360. Hope you have subscribed to this channel, and if you have not, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell. In this section, we're talking about
elements of graphics design. The elements of graphics design are the core ingredients of creativity. Nothing can exist without these ingredients. They are color, form, line, shape, size, texture, and space. We'll be treating these ingredients one after the other. Color. Color is the aspect of things that is caused by differing qualities of light being reflected or emanated by them. To see color, you have to have light. When light shines on an object, some objects bounces colors off the object and others are absorbed by the object. Our eyes only see the colors that are bounced off or reflected. Types of color. We have primary color. They are red, yellow, and blue. They are set of colors that can be combined to make a useful range of colors. These primary colors are those colors which cannot be created by mixing other colors in a given color space. We have secondary colors. They are the combination of primary colors like red and yellow gives us orange, yellow and blue gives us green, blue and red gives us purple. Tertiary colors. These are the combination of primary and a secondary color. So they are red plus orange gives us reddish orange. The tertiary colors are made by mixing equal part of one primary color and one secondary color. Complementary colors. Complementary colors are those colors that are diagonally opposite each other on the colorways. Example is red and green, yellow and violet, blue and orange. These colors are far more interesting together than colors that are side by side on the color wheel. They also provide the most construct in the application of colors to an object. Analogous colors. Analogous colors are a group of three colors that are next to each other on the color wheel and a tertiary color. They are, you can see them, yellow, yellow, and orange. Neutral colors are most clearly defined as hues that appear to be without color and that don't typically appear on color wheel. Neutral colors therefore do not compete with primary and secondary colors and instead complement them. They are complementary colors. They can form some shades of the secondary and the primary colors. Like if you add white to yellow, you get a light yellow. If you have black to yellow, you get a dark yellow. So they are always complement those colors. Color terminologies. These are phrases or words that are used in color theories or in colors. They are tertiary colors, monochromatic colors. Monochromatic colors, when one color is used throughout its shade, tint, and intensity and value. Harmony. A color is harmony when a combination of color that lets the eye travel smoothly between them with no sharp contrast. In color terminology, color harmony can also be referred as color scheme. Color hue. Hue is the quality that distinguishes one color from another. Each section of this color wheel is hue. It is easiest understood as the name of a color or a color family, such as red. Also, even if a hue is tinted with white, toned down with gray, or shaded with black, it is the same color hue. Value. Value of color just means how light or dark it is. Think about it being like this on a continuum from light to dark. That's the value of the color. Tint and light color. Tints are lighter color that have white added to it, just like a light shade of yellow, a light shade of red. Those are tint colors. Then we have tone. Tone can be light, medium, or deep in value. That means how you want the temperature to actually appear. So it can be white, it can be light. If you add white, it can be light, it can be medium. That means not much white and not much black mixture with the primary color or the secondary color. So that is tint. So that is tone. I try to know the different temperature you want to express in your design. Shades are deep or dark colors. It's just almost the same thing. If you understand the hue, then you should know much about the value of color, tints, tones. Then shades as almost, they are actually the same thing, but shades now is darker, white tint is lighter. So just that. Intensity. In a color terminology, intensity is the strength and brightness or weakness and or dullness of a color. Just the same thing as color tone, but you try to know whether if the color has more intensity. Is it bold? Is it trying to give us a bold character, like he's so strong? It's just depending on the choice of intensity the user uses, especially in paintings. We have some rough paintings trying to get a deeper value of C, so you have to make the color to be intense with a light stroke of white on the blue surface. And if you want it to be like a wave, there should be a darker blue, so that wave can flow, and the lighter blue by the end from where the light is reflected. So that is where we call the color intensity. Pure colors are bright, crisp, and clear. They have not been changed from their original form. Overtone means the warmth or coolness as associated with warm or cool things. That means the environment. Like if you want to make a design and there's water, we always associate blue to be watercolor, light blue, or those are actually overtone. So this is a different aspect of it. When we want to associate hotness, fire, we always use dark orange or red to associate it with colors that are actually hot in temperature and red. Undertone refers to how the color are being created and whether or not it has a warm or cool base when the pigment creating the color are mixed. You can check. So that is how that is, and you can actually read some article between the overtone or undertone. So it's form. To understand, we must first look at shapes. Shapes are area of artistic composition with defined borders. Basically, you can tell what is considered inside and outside of a circle or a triangle when you see it. Form is a three-dimensional development of two-dimensional shape on a flat surface. For example, a 2D shape like a circle could be transformed into a 3D form like a sphere. It's in most graphic design, the addition of a third dimension is an illusion because we are working still on a two-dimensional art form or surface. The illusion or the form is created when we add shadings or other visual aspects to a shape to indicate depth. Line as an element of visual arts and a graphics design. Line is perhaps the most fundamental. While you probably already know that a line is, graphics design will define it as a little different than the line you studied in math class. A line can be described as a single point that continues for a distance or as the connection between 2 points. We usually see lines to organize, connect, and separate information and deep elements. You can use lines to convey movement and create texture. A line provides emphasis, define shapes. They can be used to convey mood and emotions. Shapes. In graphics design, as in all art, shapes are two-dimensional areas in a composition with a clear boundaries at the edge. They stress the two-dimensional property of shape because adding a third dimension to them will create form, which is completely different element of design. Now, the boundaries that define shape can be lines, but they can also be a place where the property of the shape change. Let us use, for example, if you have a red circle with a blue background, you can see the boundaries of the circles occurs where the color change from red to blue. That change could be in texture, value, color, or even area of negative space, like left blank in shape we want. Types of shape. We have geometric shapes. Geometric shapes can be defined as a figure or area closed by a boundary, which is created by combining the specific amount of curves, points, and lines. Different geometric shapes are triangles, circle, square, etc. Organic shapes. Organic shapes are shapes with a natural look and a florid curvy appearance. Organic shapes and form are typically irregular or asymmetrical in nature. Organic shapes are associated with things from the natural world, like plants, animal, and figures. Sizes. You can see how the love was actually illustrated. Sizes depends on is a vital element, but it depends on the emphasis you want to lay or place in the heart of the audience. Like example, size as you know it is how small, large an item or element is. When it comes to the element of design, size is often about the relationship of one item to the other around it. The larger an element, the more it will stand out visually. Therefore, you can use size to define importance, generate visual interest, attract attention, guide focus, almost like a storyline, and much more. If you want to be sure a headline or a product title capture the visitor's attention instantly, we use a large attractive font that stands out compared to every else on the page. This is also a great way to increase conversion without altering your entire design. Your call to actions, for instance, can be boosted in size so it stands out from your regular content. If you aren't familiar with code, it can be intimidating to make changes like this on your own. Texture. Texture refers to the surface quality in a work of art. We associate texture with the way that things look for it. Everything has some type of texture. We describe things as being rough, smooth, silk, shiny, fuzzy, and so on. Some things feel just as they appear. This is called real or actual texture. Some things look like they are rough but are actually smooth. Texture that is created to look like something it is not is called visual or implied texture. Space. Space is the blank area around various elements, including typography, margins, around text, and much more. Minimal design strategy favor using more space and putting emphasis on visual components that do exist. In a way, it keeps a clean interface that helps everything to stand out and look well beautiful. Space can be used to separate elements or groups. It can break up text as it is the case with line breaks new paragraph, and it can even add visual appeal. More importantly, space gives the viewer eyes a rest, so to speak, since it does not include anything important or encompassing to look at. It can also be used to guide the eye or focus for your audience. Put enough space around a particular object, image, or element, and you truly define its importance. It is so crucial, in fact, that it stands on its own among the sea of text and content on your site. Thank you for listening to this class. Please endeavor to subscribe to this channel for more creative content.